Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back in another episode on Asanabil TV. And it's time for our favorite segment, which is Bincang Kita, the conversation between you and me become us. And it's me Naili Ulia, an English tutor on a journey from Pare to Banjarmasin. Yeah, and of course I'm not alone. Joining us is the inspiring Kak Dewi Agustina. Yeah, everyone knows Kak Dewi is a founder of Harat English, an English community in Banjarmasin that empowers learners to speak up confidently without fear of being judged. Assalamualaikum Kak Dewi.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay,
Miss
how are you
Oya.
today?
Very good, pretty good. How about
Alhamdulillah.
you?
I'm pretty good too, Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
So Kak Dewi, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself for everyone watching this podcast?
Okay, for sure. Hello everyone, I'm Dewi Agustina. People usually call me Dewi, and I'm a graduated student and religious studies major. And also now I would like to continue my degree as a master degree in English department. Yeah, we're talking about and super excited to be here. And this second occasion of me to coming here, and also I learned autodidactic English by my own self. So like that, and also I'm a content creator as a social media specialist, full-time social media specialist.
Wow, that's so awesome and inspiring to hear ya Kak.
Yeah, thank you, Miss.
Alright everyone, today we are bringing the fire ya, because the title of this episode is Firing Up Banjarmasin Youth to Learn English ya.
Wow, make a firing up and spirited
Yeah.
to Banjarmasin's youth.
Because the goal of this conversation is to figure out what is the best path for
Okay.
Banjarmasin youth to learn English. Yeah. But before we dive into how we can fire Banjarmasin youth to learn English, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture first. Yeah. Kak Dewi, why do you think still kind of hard for young people in Banjarmasin to feel excited about learning English?
Yeah, this is like 4 points. Like there are few points that's how English is very hard for the youth generation of Banjarmasin now. The first is English as a foreign language, as we can see in Banjarmasin also. English is one of the languages they're very rare of using, like, and then people usually feels unfamiliar. So yeah, when we are talking about English, people say that, why you using English, and say that so English, like bullying. And the second point is there's a lot of people still have a fixed mindset and then say that English is when people talk in English and could say so English. And then the third is people usually don't realize that how useful English in their daily conversation, right? And then what is the goal of learning English itself? And then the last, it's the bullying culture itself. It's kill people for confidently using English.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I noticed that too, Kak. Also, sometimes people actually curious about learning English, but they just don't know where to start, right?
Because the environment is not sweet for her or for him, like that.
So, based all of that fact, what is the best path for Banjarmasin to learn English, Kak?
Yeah, English is one of the international language that there's a lot of people could learning anywhere, everywhere. So yeah, in Banjarmasin especially, we have to create a circle. Start for the small circle because, like the environment in Banjarmasin, I don't know, the culture maybe in Banjarmasin. It's kind of like if there is a, knowledge or kind of the language, etc., or the skills that unknown or not familiar to the other people, youth Banjarmasin is very not confident for that. So yeah, we have to start from the small impact, how we create the circle itself.
Yeah. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Kak. Also, sometimes, yeah, what student needs is not only the teacher, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a friend, it's a cheerleader, or someone who
correctly.
genuinely believes in them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a story, Kak. It's based on my experience when I was in Pare. Uh, what really makes Pare special for me is how active and fun the learning is, yeah.
Ah,
Because even in one class, we supported each other. Yeah,
okay.
we call it like peer teaching. Yeah,
Mm.
so those who already understood about the materials in the class will help their friends understand better. The other that we also use daily worksheet. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then this role plays, and then storytelling, and played English game,
Okay.
and repeated everything until it's stuck. Yeah,
Okay.
from that routine, we can confident and feel excited to learn and speak English every single day. Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
is very
Mm-mm.
enjoyable method, right?
So maybe we can apply the methods we used in Pare to inspire Banjarmasin youth to learn English too, Kak
Of
Dewi.
course, you, Miss Ilya, we have to be creative
Yeah.
together.
Now I'm curious, how about in Harat English, Kak?
Ah,
What kind of methods or programs do you use there? And then can you tell us a bit more about that, Kak?
okay. The first thing is we have to know that English is a process, not a skill only, but it's a process. It's a long process. So we can't stay in or create or make ourselves better in English just in 1 month. It's really impossible. So yeah, the way we learn in Harat English, it's actually there's a lot of methods, but here I could highlight 2 points. The first is the like the natural approach. Natural approach itself, for example, like in Banjarmasin, there's a lot of tourism. So we start learning there, and then create a like based on the natural tourism, and then the people could enjoy the nature and also the learning. And the second, we also have a method that called contextual learning. So for example, like people or the youth, for example, like key drama or Japanese, etc. So we could learn based on that. So yeah, it's based on context. And if you're into K-pop, for example, like then we use that the entire point. So yeah, basically learning has to feel relevant and also personal. So people could enjoy about their personal use of English.
Wow, I do love how hard English brings that spirit. It shows that learning English doesn't have to be formal or intimidating,
Yeah,
but it can be community-based, fun, and empowering. Yeah.
correctly.
So, Ervan, if you wanna be part of Harat English, it's super duper easy, right?
Right.
Yeah, just follow Instagram at Harat English.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you can register from there, right?
And also, if you want to see how the learning, how the method of Harat Inggris, you could see more in our social media, like Miss Ulfa said, Miss Ulya said, sorry. And then we also like to share daily dose of grammar in Harat Inggris social media, Instagram especially.
Yeah. Okay. For me personally also ya Kak, I feel really impressed by Asanabil Foundation ya. The way they're really committed to their students' English journey. Yeah, even bringing in tutors directly from Pare to Banjarmasin regularly. I think that's something really special ya. Yeah, you don't see that level of dedication in every school ya, especially in Banjarmasin.
Yeah, and it's one of the like enrich quality of education in Banjarmasin. If we are adapting to the other city like that, and yeah, I feel it's very different when we are just like sharing in one city, but also we could be wider. And also I like to watch Asanabil TV, a lot of episode like religious or Islamic studies like that. It's very good, and I hope that Asanabil TV would be wider to know for Banjarmasin's people.
Yeah, I think it's not only providing the education, but about to building confidence and
Yeah,
creating real opportunities for their students in the future, right?
correctly. Because English or language is not about we understand the theory, but we also have to be confident, yeah, for using it. And it's a for conversation, daily conversation. That.
Yeah. So if you're a parent or student thinking, wow, I want to be part of this, yeah, just visit Asanabil's Instagram at Asanabil TV, or website. Yeah, there's also information from there. So it's really school that blends fast and future skills in the best way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are programs like Quran learning and international languages like Mandarin, English, and Arabic also.
Also impressive.
Okay, for our last question.
Yeah.
If you could share just one key message from
Mhm.
your own ups and downs in learning English, yeah, to conclude this discussion, what would that message be, Kak?
Okay, before we wrap up, if you could share one key, okay. Honestly, it would be like this. Don't wait to be perfect to start speaking. Like, just start, make mistakes, and grow through them. Because that's how I learn. By failing forward, and mistakes are not something that we have to afraid of that or be ashamed of. We could say the failure or the mistakes as the process. It makes we have to be confident for the process itself, step by step to reach it until you own it. So yeah, we're here. I'd love to promote a new digital product of Harat Inggris.
What is that?
It's called Kelas TOEFL Kalimantan, and also we have videos. So that's you could find it in social media Harat Inggris and kelas.harat Inggris. So you can find it on 8th of June.
Wow, it's so interesting. Yeah, you can check it. Yeah, on the Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, so the conclusion is don't wait to be perfect to start speaking. Start now, make mistakes, and learn from them. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a beautiful and powerful message to conclude this discussion. Okay, and as host, I just want to leave you all with this. Yeah, in learning English is not only about grammar or pronunciation, but it's about opening doors. Yeah, doors to new knowledge, friendships, and dreams you never thought possible. So wherever you are in your journey, just keep going. Don't wait to be perfect, and be brave enough to begin because your voice matters and the world needs to hear it. Yeah. Okay, that's all from us. Maybe thank you very much, Kak Dewi, for
Thank
joining us
you,
today,
Miss Olia.
and thank you very much to everyone who has been watching this video. And hopefully you got something valuable from this meaningful discussion. And that's all from us. And the last I say, Wallahu muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.